Hi, it's Nancy with Real Mom Real Solutions. So we're back today going over how to help your kids to keep their room clean. Hey, have you ever had your kids clean their room? Takes them all day, and within a day, maybe two max, it's a huge mess again. That's the point that I was at. I had waited way too long to do these two things to prevent that. And this will happen at least twice a year. And that's when you know it's time to go through their stuff. They have too many things. They have too much stuff. Too many clothes, too many toys. So a lot of parents think that buying a lot of toys and clothes for their kids show them love, but they don't realize that it actually is putting a burden on their kid. Giving them too much and more than they can handle and more than they can maintain. And they can have all the toys in the world, but it's not very fun when you're constantly cleaning your room because you have too many toys. I should have done this like 2 months ago, but I have had a lot going on like everybody does, and I put it off. So they had so much stuff in their bins and in their room that they couldn't find the things that they wanted to wear without pulling everything out and making a huge mess. And of course the kid is not going to put the stuff back in their bins after they pull it back out. As nice as that would be, kids just don't do that. We're going to go through and get it all cleaned up and everything sorted and organized. So the kids went through and they cleaned up all their stuff and sorted everything, and they did their laundry. So they got all their clean laundry done and sorted everything into their bins. But now their bins are way too full. See how it's like overflowing, stuffed full. He's got long sleeve in there from winter, short sleeve. He has stuff that probably is too small. It needs to be rotated down to the next kid. Okay, so the first hack that you're gonna do is you're gonna go through and sort through their clothes and toys, and you're gonna do this about twice a year. You want to rotate their seasonal clothing into storage. So if it's summer, take their winter clothes and put it into storage. If it's winter, put their summer clothes into storage. You want to get rid of any of their holey or worn out clothing. Rotate sizes of clothing, get rid of anything that is too small for them, and get rid of any broken or unplayed with toys. Doing this step alone will make a huge difference. When they have so much stuff in their bins, that's the reason their room ends up being such a big mess so fast, is because they have to tear everything out to find that one thing that they want to play with or that one thing that they want to wear. The second hack is just as important as the first. You have to minimize the quantity of clothes and toys that they have. But we limit it to 7 play shirts, 2 holiday shirts, meaning like if it's Halloween, then they can have a couple of Halloween shirts. If it's Christmas, they can have a couple of Christmas shirts, or 4th of July shirts, or whatever it might be. 3 to 4 pair of pants and 4 shorts. 3 Sunday or dress shirts and pants for the boys, and 3 Sunday dresses for the girls. 10 underwear and 10 pair of socks. Now, this is considering that you are doing your laundry once a week, and you can by all means have less than this and do your laundry more often, but I would not recommend having more than this. Now, as far as quantities of toys, this can vary quite a bit depending on the age of your child as well as how much they are able to manage. Every kid is so different. We do have some toys that are kind of considered more community toys. Like all the boys will share the bin of dinosaurs or the bin of dress-up clothes. We do consider a collection of dinosaurs one toy, or a bag of blocks as one toy. Limiting the quantity of their clothing and toys does not only save time in cleaning, but it makes so that it is manageable. It makes it possible for the kid to actually keep their room up and to be able to do it themselves. Each one of my kids only has 1 bin for their toys, So if it overflows that bin, they have too many. Sometimes the kids will have large toys that don't fit in their bin, maybe a big Tonka truck or an Imaginext castle thing or something like that. And those I usually just put on a shelf in the closet. It does count as one of their toys, but it doesn't go in their bin because obviously it doesn't fit. One of the things I will do for Christmas and birthdays is I will get the kids really excited about going through all their toys and making room for the new toys. And they actually think it's actually a really fun thing for them. They go through all their toys and, you know what, I never play with this, so let's give it to somebody else. And a lot of times that will be their Christmas gift to one of their friends or something. As long as it's still in good shape and it's not broken and everything, then we'll actually let them gift that to somebody else. And they actually get really excited about that and helping them to think of others and getting more use out of their toys. Sometimes it'll even be a younger brother or sister or something. I do daycare in my home, so I do have a daycare room. So it is full of toys. We have a lot of toys in there, and normally that can be a disaster, but because it's in a daycare setting, the kids are not allowed to play in the daycare room unless it is during daycare hours and there is adult supervision, which is actually really nice training grounds for the kids to teach them how to take care of a toy when they're done playing with it before they get the next toy out. So the kids do have access to a lot more toys, but it is in a controlled environment. And of course they have their personal toys in their room that they can play with whenever they want. So I do have a boy that absolutely loves Legos, and that's what he asks for every birthday and Christmas. So he has a huge collection of Legos. That's pretty much his toys. All of his toys are pretty much Legos. He has a little bit of other toys, but he does have one bin just for his Legos because he has so much. And you would think that that would make a huge mess when he gets those out. But he lays out a sheet and he dumps his Legos out on the sheet, builds whatever he's going to build, and all the Legos are always on that sheet. When he is done playing or when it's time to clean up, he can quickly just wrap the sheet up and stick it in his bin, and his Legos are cleaned up in no time. No Legos have gotten lost, nothing left behind to step on. I know that they do make blankets that's made for that, and I haven't actually tried one myself. I read reviews and there was a lot of negative reviews, so I thought we'll just use the sheet. It's the same thing, and it works great, and we already have one, so I didn't have to buy one. So it's been about a week and a half since we've gone through them all. They just finished their laundry today, so I haven't looked through their bins to see how they look and how they've been maintaining them. But we're going to go through them and show you what it looks like. So a week and a half isn't that long. I know I didn't want to wait a whole month to get this video out. So anyways, but this will kind of show you. So their room has been way more maintainable. It does still get messy. They still put their clothes on the floor when they shouldn't. They still leave toys out every once in a while, whatever. But it's not a huge disaster, and it's something that I can tell them, go clean your room, and they can just go do it and be done in 10 minutes. So it's not so overwhelming for them. So it's in the morning. They did not make their bed. And this is actually my youngest. He's only 3, but he still should be able to make his bed better than that. And then I have 2 boys up there. So they kind of made their bed. They just didn't fold their blankets. Anyway, so they've got their toy bins over here. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what their bins look like after. It's only been a week, like I said. It hasn't been real long since we went through their stuff. So this is my 3-year-old's clothes. And as you can tell, we still haven't repaired the bins. I need to go through and do that. This is my 4-year-old's clothes. Well, he's almost 5 actually. He turns 5 in a couple days. And I did do these little dividers in their socks and underwear. It's just, I got these bins from Walmart. And it's like perfect size just to fit right in there. They're not super tall, so if you have a lot of stuff, then they might overflow onto each other. As you can tell, they've got some underwear in with their socks. And a lot of people have been asking what I do on socks. I get them all the same kind, and if somebody gifts them socks, I give them away. I will not have other socks. They all have to be the same. So all of my boys have the same socks, so there are no mismates. and there is so much easier. And we did add a church bin. I didn't used to have one, but I didn't like having their church shirts mixed with their play shirts, just because they would wear them when they wasn't supposed to. They'd try wearing play shirts for church and vice versa. And this is my 6-year-old's bins. And this is actually the kid that was in my original video that was 3 years old when we first started doing this. So in summary, there are 2 hacks or steps that you can do to help keep your child's room maintainable by them. The first one being to sort through their clothes and toys at least twice a year, switching out seasons, taking clothes that are too small for them out, getting rid of the clothes that are worn out, and the second step being to minimize the quantity of clothing and toys. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for more videos.